Howard, I think you showed the star to the dressing room. Now, would you tell our audience at home who our guest is this evening?
Well, Mark, I'd love to. Put that ukulele down. It's Tiny Tim.
Tiny, every evening, every day, my producers give me questions to ask. You and I have done shows several times over the course of the last 10 years. I don't want their questions. I have some of my own. So, let's have some fun together.
First of all, Mr. Downey, it's nice being on your show again.
Nice having the show again.
And nice being here in Palm Springs.
And the beautiful down here.
Unbelievable.
The boneyard of show business.
Unbelievable.
There we are, folks. Tiny, have you ever been asked what your real birth name was?
Yeah, it's Herbert Corey. Herbert B. Corey.
I don't blame you for using the name Tiny Tim. I'm teasing you. What or how did you develop your distinctive singing style?
Well, like it or not, I really thank Jesus Christ for his blessings because I just had a normal style.
Never sang like that.
Well, but he gave me a style which I believe when I prayed to him that was a little different. And in this business, originality is the key to success.
You're right. Well, you could have gotten by on the hairstyle. Question. What was the very first professional job that you had in show business?
As far as I can remember, professional job, when I got paid $10 a night, that was in 1962 in Greenwich Village, a place called the Cafe Bazaar.
Cafe Bazaar, 1962, so we're talking a little 30-plus years that you've been in the business.
I mean, I've been paid for amateur nights sometimes, but in the 50s. But I didn't really work at the places. They just paid me for winning the contests.
When was what did you do before you sang, before you picked up the ukulele and started singing?
My best job I had was a messenger for Lowe's MGM, 1951 to 52, when Lowe's had the home office in New York City on 45th Street at 1540 Broadway.
You were in Laugh-In. Most of you folks remember Laugh-In? What year did you start in Laugh-In?
That was January 24th, 1968.
24th, 1968, you became a permanent fixture.
Excuse me,
a semi-permanent.
Yeah, I wish I were permanent.
Did you, what kind of dough did they pay in those days?
It was $7.50, if I remember correctly, for those initial Laugh-Ins. Then when Tip Us With Tulips hit the charts in 68 of May, Mr. Silver, who managed me, wanted about $7,500 or $5,000, which really I wish that never would have happened, but that's what they asked, and they used me sporadically.
I remember the first time I saw you, and I wasn't sure exactly what to think, and I imagine a lot of other folks felt the same way. Did that bother you? Did you feel you were being, did you feel that you were held up to ridicule?
Yeah, well, it was tough to get letters. After the Laugh-In show, 98% pan mail. They said, where'd you get them from? What's happening to the world? The Los Angeles Times said a low boo to Tiny Tim. But even though that was rough, I'm not saying it wasn't, sorry. That's the same thing that happened when I had this long hair in 54 around the neighborhood in New York City and Washington Heights. Only this time, it was on a larger scale. It was around the world.
John, what's the biggest year of earnings you ever had? How much money?
That was, well, I'd say 68, 69 altogether. In those years, I'd say it must have been about near 2 to 4 million.
2 to 4 million bucks. How much of that did you have to pay out to managers, to agents, to other people who were there to share in your success?
Well, the honest truth is that I only got $100 a week allowance. They kept me at the Sunset Marquis Hotel. They sent maybe about $300 a month to my parents, and the rest, you know, sometimes they covered the amount so I wouldn't tell the press. And it so happens to be, I saw that Bill Cosby, a lot of people don't mention this, but Bill Cosby and I had the same manager in Los Angeles, and he was also taken. But, you know, the 70s were not easy for him, but he made a comeback, as you know, later on.
Sure did. Did the Laugh-In situation help you or hinder you?
It helped immensely.
It did.
I don't have no animosity even to these managers, except that they do the right things. You know, it's unfortunate everyone cheats and takes advantage of things. But at that time, ironically, they had the power to make one a success.
We both knew a fellow, but I guess he's passed on by now, Marty Kahn.
Yeah. Oh, he died. I didn't know he died.
I don't know if he died or not. It certainly as a manager a long time ago he died, but you know.
Oh, I know him. Yes, he's still around Detroit or Cleveland, around there.
Oh, is he in that area? Was he a good manager for you?
He never managed me.
He didn't manage.
All he did was book me here and there.
I see.
And you know, but he never did me any harm. But he just booked me 2 or 3 times, and that was it.
Your feelings, honestly, your honest feelings about most of the people in show business. Are they people who help each other, or are they people who really help themselves?
I'd say most of the time they help themselves. Even when you see, you know, people doing charities for this one and that one, it's really basically for their egos. People who claim to worship Elvis Presley are doing it for their profits. You know, so their name will be, you know, publicized, which is a normal thing. If one really had the, you know, the zeal to do something for Mr. Presley, then they would do it quietly or not take no money for it.
When we come back, would you do me a favor and sing a song? Huh?
I'd love to.
All right, how about that? Is that okay? We'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Downey with Morton Downey Jr. We'll be back in just a moment.
One thing we do a lot of in our business, Tiny, is we BS the public, we BS ourselves, and we're not always straight out about things. Your heart has always been absolutely gold. Would you show some of your heart through one of your songs for us?
Well, tonight, thanks. Well, I tell you, thanks. I hope I live up to that. Praise the Lord for his blessing. But your father, the great Mr. Morton Downey, had sang a song which I'm still trying to get. I think it was called "I'm Proud to Be Mother's Boy," which was recorded
from the movie Mother's Boy,
wow.
Which was the very first talking movie made, but was not released first. Al Jolson's was released first,
I didn't know.
And it wasn't my dad who starred in that. He sang the song, but that's where he met my mother. All right, and my mother starred in that film.
Well, thanks for letting me know, because I'm still trying to get that song. The Lincoln Center Library mentioned great reviews of that, which you recorded for Victor Records. But for Mother's Day, here's a great song, also sung in 1927 by various singers. You're always a baby to mother. She never stops caring for you. Even though years have passed since you played with each toy, she'll kiss you and call you her own baby boy. When everyone else has forgotten, she's one pal who never says no. You're always a baby to mother, no matter how old you may grow.
You know, what a lot of you don't understand is Tiny Tim is probably one of the greatest curators of music from the late 1890s straight up through today. And a lot of people admire your singing. We have a member of our staff, Rob Chickering. Rob, would you come here for just a second, please? Rob Chickering is a great admirer of yours, and he tries to imitate you. All right? Now, would you play Tiptoe Through the Tulips and let Rob sing? Yes, and let Rob sing this. Go ahead, Rob. Sing it the way.
Tiptoe through the tulips. That's all I know, Mort. I'm sorry.
And his hand is on my back, shaking like a vibrator. All right, we did it to you. He's a great guy. But this is a man who I would say is the curator of modern music that your parents, your grandparents, and even some of us remember. Let's get serious here for a second.